Hello, this is Azrael, and today we will be talking about incense, powders, and potions with some of my favorite ones. We will be doing this in a span of several videos. Now, here in the United States, when you go to an occult bookstore, they tend to sell all kinds of things, but rarely will you come across pre-made potions. And when you do, it is usually of the hoodoo and voodoo traditions, with names like hot foot powder or crossing powder. I have even seen some labeled come love me oil. I've also seen even weirder names called compelling and bend over now. Now, most people who practice witchcraft or root work tend to believe that it's better to make your own oils and other incenses. And this claim is rightly so. I mean, when you make your own, you add your own energy, your own concentration, and you could also use herbs that seem to resonate with your personal energy. You can use herbs with planetary influences or even sexual energies like frankincense and myrrh, or like myrrh is female and frankincense is male. You could also use numerology, using a number of ingredients that resonates with your purpose in your spell. I mean, in the end, it's really up to you. Also, be mindful when choosing ingredients, with some ingredients being poisonous or in general very unpleasant. For example, sugar is great for using in love spells. I wouldn't use it in an incense because when sugar burns, it tends to smell quite foul. Now, also, be mindful when you're making homemade powders because some of these powders, when breathed in, if you're too close to your mortar and pestle, you might tend to get sick. And before we get started, be mindful that when you've come across other people's ingredients, you can substitute. Now, don't be afraid to substitute. You could replace it with another herb or spice that has the same meaning. Now, if you feel uncomfortable changing somebody else's ingredients, then don't do it because any doubt when you're making this will just harm your spell in general. Well, I'm not going to lie, I like to use pre-made kitchen supplies. For example, I seem to be the only person that likes to use cornstarch as a dusting powder. Cornstarch is made from corn. Corn has the magical properties of abundance, good luck, and so forth. I also like to use powdered sugar in a lot of my dusting and powders and sprinkle powders. All it is just sugar ground up even finer. Also, it's mixed with cornstarch naturally because the cornstarch helps keep it from caking. Right there, you have the symbolic meaning of corn with abundance, and then you have the symbolic meaning of love, powdered sugar. Another easy homemade recipe is black salt. Depending on your tradition, you can use the burnt pieces off of pots and pans. I myself like to mix it with crushed up charcoal. Put them both together and it turns the salt black. You can also go to your local health food store and buy other colored salts that are colored naturally. There's pink salt that could be used also for protection in love. Now, a lot of times when I make my own powders and incense, I try to buy the herb and spice already pre-ground. Unless I am making things like oils, I use the whole herb or root to make the oil. Yeah, so I guess that would technically qualify me as a kitchen witch. Yeah, because don't put it past me to go to the Asian food aisle and buy some chili oil to spice up a love life. So now, this is just supposed to be an introduction and get people thinking a little bit out the box if you're new to this subject. If you're seasoned, then wait for the next videos when I will start picking a subject such as love, money, and including hexing. So, and I will go through the steps on making uh, that specific oil or dusting powder or incense, as well as how to use it in the ritual, plus giving you other ideas. So if you like the videos, please like and subscribe, and take care.